where you can see that area definitely going to be dealing with some heavy snow. It's one of the target spots when it comes to this storm. Taking a check on what to expect downtown. Well, the dark clouds have moved into downtown Salt Lake City. We've seen gusty winds behind the cold front, bringing in cooler temperatures. With those numbers, well, they're really settling in and continuing to drop, and that will be the trend as we get through the next couple of hours. We know those numbers out there right now, 40s and 50s, 70s down there in St. George, but we're running below average across the board. All right, we've seen this front kind of move through, cloud cover filling in. The rain will start to fill in. In northern Utah, we're talking Cold Valley rain with this storm system. Our mountains will get heavy snow, but in the valleys, we're looking at rain. Central and southern Utah, that is a different story. Taking a look at those wind gusts, big numbers here in Cache Valley, Provo, Wendover, 44-mile-per-hour gusts in Cedar City. You can see exactly where that front is with blue northerly winds holding steady. A wind advisory setting up for tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. for the West Desert. And just know those gusty conditions want to stick around. Live look at Alta, where we've got that snow coming down in the northern mountains, going to benefit from this low pressure system that's going to track through the state. It also brings significantly cooler air with it, and we are going to see temperatures dropping, so much so that we get a hard freeze warning down there in the southwest desert. We are looking at Millard and Juab County with temperatures falling below the freezing point. You just got a glimpse at Caesar. He's standing out in the rain. Our very own meteorologist Caesar Cornejo with target areas for tomorrow morning's commute. We know it could be rough for some, right, Caesar?
Well, Alana, yes, we are expecting to see that tomorrow is going to be a bit more on the rough side, but right now at this moment here on I-80, we're seeing that the rain has picked up. I'm not going to say it's a downpour, but it substantially now has wettened roads. And as we continue seeing the traffic's flowing behind me pretty smoothly, not seeing much in the way of any kind of slowdown so far thanks to this weather really more or less being rain. But if you stick your hand out the window, if you just even feel some of that breeze, it's definitely biting. You can feel that it is definitely cold. A more winter-like system continues to really push in. And one thing that we continue to see as well is those winds. As you mentioned, Alana, we're expecting to see that wind advisory, but it's quite breezy as well. We saw that it was breezy earlier today with a southerly flow. This time now, you can feel the bite in the air, and it's really on that chillier side now. So as we continue throughout this day, we're going to see that the wet weather sticks around, just as you mentioned. And one thing that we are expecting to also see is not only just that we stay wet, but it may become a bit more sloppy. Live in Parley's Canyon, meteorologist Caesar Cornejo. Over to the studio.
Okay, Caesar, thanks so much. We now go to southern Utah, where people in Iron County are also keeping an eye to the sky. ABC4's Jordan Verdadero live in Cedar City tonight, where the cool weather is starting to settle in. Jordan, what's it looking like there?
Emily, you can see it's a little windy down here in Cedar City, and there's even some snow up on the canyon right behind me. Driving north on I-15, I did see some signage up cautioning drivers that there could be wind gusts for up to 45 miles an hour near Cedar City. It's a cloudy, windy day for residents in Iron County awaiting a possible snowfall overnight.
Here we are bundled up with coats and blankets and freezing our tushies.
Chelsea Pace and her family have a farm in New Harmony.
We have a big apple orchard full of 300 apple trees, and we had a freeze this year. So we have a couple, but we need to go pick and get them off the trees before they completely fall off.
She says she has yet to prepare her home for the cold temperatures and wind coming to the area.
Need to start bundling up, turn on our heater, and get our winter clothes out.
Steve Tyfold of Cedar City says he's ready for the cold and just took his RV to get winterized.
But we have, 60-degree weather, but for it to drop down to the 20s, that's pretty bad. That's pretty cold.
He and his partner Sylvia Kruger are using their Monday to prepare their home for the quick change in temperature.
We've got to turn off our water today because tonight it's going to freeze.
Irrigation system, you have to take the hoses off because if not, you have the risk
of it freezing and then breaking.
After a long monsoon season, these Iron County residents say they are relieved for cooler temperatures. Cedar City officials want to remind residents with this wind to tie down anything that you have in your yards to make sure it doesn't fly away, and make sure to be careful for the possibility of slick roads. Reporting live in Cedar City, Jordan Verdadero, ABC4 News.